Alright, before lunch, while I'm eating my lunch, gonna, oh, I won't go that way. I had it the right way the first time. Let the oil drain out. Glug, 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 glug. I can pull the top off, cap off the motor and let it drain. All right, see you after lunch. I'm not gonna show it, but right there. That's an oil filter. That's gonna be a pain to get. So I'm gonna get that. Even though lunch is over, it's still draining and dripping a little bit. A little slight drizzle, but I'm gonna get that oil filter changed out. That's gonna be a little bit of a mess. It's gonna run down the side of the machine. Why there is they got them horizontal on some of these machines, I don't know. It always makes a mess. All right, I'll bring you back afterwards. I don't know how many of you do that, but I always like to put the date and hours on the end of the filters, especially the white ones where you can see it real easy. And I gotta also put it on under the hood. I'll show you that in a bit on when I service it. That's where I put it so it's easier to see. But, all right, let me get this finished up. Yeah, we got a dirty filter here. Nobody has one. Gotta wait till tomorrow. Gotta order it, let it come in. But, again, we're gonna continue on. All right, let's fill it with oil. I got the plug back in, new filter on. Time to start filling it all over again. It's supposed to be 6 quarts. Yes, I know I got a small funnel. I'd rather take my time and get it all in there than spill a bunch on the motor and be working it hard and have her start smoking. This should be a 6-quart system, 1.5 gallons. So I'm gonna dump this in, then I'm gonna check it. It shouldn't have anything on the dipstick when I check it. Actually, shows it in the safe zone. Really? For a D1305 motor, it says 6 quarts. That's only 4. Ah, I know what it is. That oil filter's empty. So there's where that extra quart is that I'm seeing. Let's see what it says now. I was gonna show over full. No, it's right at the full mark. But I'm gonna add more just because of that new filter. That new filter is bone dry. Ugh. Because I had stuffed on a bolt in there. All right. What I'm gonna do is cap on that, put that cover on, start it, let it fill the oil filter, let it run for a couple, probably 10-15 seconds, enough to get it to circulate, and then I'll check. Let's see what this says now. It's right there, just a hair under the full mark. I could add a splash. I think I will, just to be on the safe side. I don't think it's like a pint, but I'd rather see it up to that point. I'd rather have it just a slightly overfull. Some people don't like it that way. To each their own. I know that's enough oil. I'm just gonna double check anyways. Check it again. We'll be all set. Next will be grease. This alternator right here, it's a special alternator on it, as usual. I'm gonna order it from a dealership. So, I'm gonna have to wait on that. Right there on the mark. Sweet. All right. Oil change is done. Air filter will be in tomorrow. Now I got to work on these. These things are just way too loose. You see that? That's way too loose. But before I do that, I got to mark this. Now, just because you don't see any others on here does not mean a service hasn't been done. This is me. This is the way I like to do it. That way I know it's here, and it's on the filter. There's reasons why it's not on here. I'll explain at a later time. So just don't worry, don't freak out about it. And yes, I'm a lefty. We got 1/3, 1/2, 814.7. 5.5. So there we go. Today's date, January 31st, 23, 814.7 hours, 5.5 quarts. All right, now on to the next thing. These chains. I want to get these chains tightened up because there's way too much slop in them. All right, I can't seem to find a wrench to fit this. I can't find 1 1/8 inch around in here. I did find 1 1/8 inch socket, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna back it off in hopes I can run that. Run that nut upwards. Yeah, I can. Sweet. Nope. Maybe I can't. I'll be back in a minute. All right. Channel locks work real well, especially where I got it back, the nut backed off right now. So what's gonna really hurt me is this one here. I got no way of getting into it. But yeah, these threads are pretty dingy. I did spray them. Hopes I didn't have to use any other tools. See, look at that slack in that. It's not the greatest tool to use. That seems to be better. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run this one down. Yeah, that's a lot better than what I had. So, all right, I'm gonna run that one up. Tighten that one up. And then we'll work on the other side. Nope, I did not like that. That thing twisted. Show you the difference. Chain deflection here. On this one right here, just a little bit. Same one on this other side. It's way too much. All right, let's get this other side. What I gotta do is I gotta bring some of my own tools down here, so I got some of the right size wrenches and stuff like that. So we'll definitely get this straightened out the correct way. Wrong way. Loosen, not tighten. I gotta look for, I'll be back. Something just clicked. right, I'm gonna grease this. We're gonna go get wrenches. I'm done doing, I don't want to do that. Nothing against this. They're just not used to heavy equipment like this now. Used to doing with the smaller equipment. Now that he's getting bigger equipment, so now it needs bigger tools. But I'm gonna swap out the grease. We got some grease designed for, I'll show you. Right here. Marine and off-road grease. It's for use with boats and stuff like that. Stuff that's exposed to road grime and salt water, stuff like that. Being here in Maine, we got a lot of salt on our roads, so we're gonna try this out, see how it works. So I gotta pull the tube out of that and put this in. Stuff's kind of greenish in color. Oh yeah, it's not kind of greenish in color. It is green in color. I'm gonna try it, just try to have the grease stick around longer. That kind of looks like the contents of a baby's diaper. All you parents know what I'm talking about. Especially after spinach. There, the mask is done. I got a couple under here I gotta get. If you ever want an end, they're called Lock and Lube. Well, this is the brand name I got, was Lock and Lube. Other manufacturers make them. You squeeze this, these jaws open up, you stick it on the grease fitting, let it go, and it doesn't come off. And it forces the grease in. These ones here that were fighting me, like this one right here. Is this tube empty? Yep. This tube is empty. So I'll put the other tube of grease that we got with that style grease in that. There. Phew. Starting to work up a sweat. All right. This one doesn't want to come on. There we go. Yeah, I got a few pumps into a few of them. Yeah. To get it going, but I figure I'll just throw this in, this grease in this. Yep. Gun. Yeah, the grease. was kind of afraid that this might happen. I didn't want it to, but I was afraid it was going to happen.
What's that?
Oh, it's typical weather for it's typical for around here up this way. I mean, with
well, they also greased a couple weeks ago when I greased it, so everything took it. The only one you don't have to put grease in is that tail wheel. Yeah. Because I filled that and actually took the cap off and took the old out. And
don't do like I did when we first got it.
What's that? Blow it off?
Oh yeah, I blew it right off.
Yeah. No,
I was laying underneath it.
I did take it off just to make sure, you know, there wasn't a bunch of old cake crap. It all looked good.
Yeah, no, I just pumping the grease to it. I'm like, okay, what is going on? All of a sudden I hear this pop.
Yep.
I'm like, guess what? It's full.
Well, that's probably the best one you could do that to.
Yeah.
Because all you do is tap it back on.
Yep. Just got a couple more left to do. This one right here for my remotes that I use to unload the machine off the truck. That one, boom, immediate. Now the next one's gonna be my most difficult one. It's right down in there. See that little aluminum block? Last year I was having problems with it. When it was cold, below zero, or let me rephrase that, below freezing. Wow. I could not use the machine. Their controls were full of water, the base of it. So I had to pull this whole valve body off, pull that aluminum block off, clean it out, and seal it. When it's put on by the dealership, again, I don't know if it came with one or not, but there was no sealant put on it. It wasn't sealed out from the weather. So I turned around, had to clean it out, tear it off, clean it, seal it, put it back on. This year, 0 problems. So hopefully I got that fixed. But I'm gonna get this one, I'm not gonna record this one, it's such a pain. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Oh, wrong way. Ooh. Oh, sorry about that, everybody. Didn't realize you were tilted over. Going over the other side. See, I got it on a jack stand, so. Yeah, those threads are pretty bad. Come back a little more. There. Now I gotta do the other direction, which would be these bolts. And I can't do that right now because there's tension on them. Because I'm trying to lift the mast. So now I gotta pick the mast up, pull the jack out, put it all the way down, put weight, down pressure on it, so these chains are fully slacked. Well, made it to the floor. Every time I try to turn this nut, this chain turns. Wow, that was almost in the face. Because there is a lot of force on these chains, so I gotta make sure it's tight.
except for the alternator, I think we're done. But alternator probably won't be till next week. Because the alternator on this, as I said, is a special one. We bought this machine from a dealer in Rhode Island. Well, that dealer decided to retire, close shop. So the next closest dealership to us is in Philadelphia. So, of course, you just can't call. Some dealerships, I'm not saying all, some dealerships, you can't just call up, well, being a commercial business like we are, you just can't call up and order parts. Especially me. Yeah, I got a company credit card and the whole works, but so I had to get the lady, the owner's girlfriend, she's in the office. She takes care of all that. I had to get her to email the dealer what I needed for parts with pictures of the engine, serial number, model number, same thing with about the machine. They needed all that information, plus some company information before they would send us parts. That's what you saw me earlier with the headset on. I was waiting for that dealership call. I haven't got one yet. I don't even know what time it is. I have no clock back here. Oh well. But the only thing I got left to do is the plug, and we're gonna get on that right now. Okay, what I gotta do here is, I knew what was gonna happen at some point in time. Each one of these pins has got a little slot in it. So over time, unplugging, the whole works. Those pins will close a gap up. So all I gotta do is once in a while just reach in there with a small screwdriver, put screwdriver in, open it up so it makes contact. Believe it or not, that's all you gotta do for most trailer problems. Thinking it's an actual wiring issue, it's not. All it is these prongs here close up over time. You just put them in. You don't have to drive the screwdriver in there, spread them wide open. Just a little bit to give it better contact. So all you need to do is just a little bit. I know you're not seeing nothing. I'll show you in a minute here. But right there. You can't see, can you? Give me a second here. Where'd my flashlight go? Yeah. See, all those pins just need to be spread open just a little bit. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some of that spray out, just the penetrant. It's also good for cleaning and water resistance. I'm gonna spray some of that in here and try to get it done. All I did was every one of those little slots, I just put that screwdriver in there and spread them open just a little bit. But I gotta get in there, I gotta do something to stop that corrosion. So. There we go. Spray a little bit in there. And same thing with this plug. She's got a little bit of corrosion in there. Spray that, stop it. Makes my job so much easier. Stay up on top of this stuff. If I recall correctly, that's it for now. I didn't even bother with John Deere. We don't need that skid steer. It's not needed right now, so put it on the back shelf. I needed this forklift to be, the Donkey to be done. Done my full service, oil change, air filter be in tomorrow. Full grease. I could just take that spray and hit a few fittings. I don't know why. Usually if you got some place that, if it moves, you want to put grease. They don't have them. Not every pivot point on this thing has grease fittings. I don't know why. If I got to spray those, I just three fittings I got to hit, and joints, pivot points, and we're done. So with that being said, thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe to the channel. I don't ask for much. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Until next time, stay safe.